is going on, everybody? This is copy 801, and I would like to thank everybody who is joining me live for this little haul video from New York Comic Con. Obviously, I am not at Comic Con right now. I am at home, but it was eventful. It was very, very eventful. I told myself I was going to try and get, some stuff like some audio and video, but I only was able to go for Saturday. Couldn't do any other day but Saturday, and I had a full itinerary. Had a lot of shit to get, a lot of stuff to get signed. A couple places I wanted to hit up. So I figured I would do a little bit here and there. I took a couple pictures of cosplayers, but I'll probably just do, I guess, some video for that, or maybe just do it on Instagram. But this will strictly be the haul video from that day, and we'll see how it goes. But I have a good amount of stuff, and we will see. There we go. The color went weird for a second, and we will see what I got. So I would like to recognize whoever is in the chat right now. We've got Johnny Five Alive. Thank you for stopping by. We got BA War. What is going on? We got J2. What's going on, Diaz, sir? How are you? And we have Mr. Lon Espinoza. What is going on? Oh, and Azores Tiger just stepped into the building. What is going on, Mr. Azores? So, I got a lot of stuff. I'll try and burn through it pretty quickly, but I got one really cool thing. I got all cool shit to me, but we will see if you guys think it's cool. So I'm going to start off with, I got 3 prints, but you see, the thing is that the bag that it's in, if you get something, it's got a lot of static electricity on it, like a lot of static electricity. So, I mean, I got 3 prints, and this thing is obviously double-sided, which means it can hold 2. So I've got 3 in here, and I'm trying to see if there's a way that I can shimmy the 3rd, and it's really tight. So I'm gonna let that be. But I went by Ariel Diaz's booth, and if you know her as an artist, she has a really similar style to Art Germ, and I love that. I love Art Germ. He is by far my favorite. I wouldn't say by far. It's between him and Alex Ross. Favorite cover artist. Hey, what's going on, Phil? How are you? So, without further ado, I'll show you 2 out of the 3 prints. Maybe I'll post all 3 once, I get them sorted out. So, it was buy 2, get 1 free. I got this one. Absolutely gorgeous Supergirl print, and she signed it right there. And I saw this, I'm like, I gotta have it. Like, I saw the style, and I'm like, please have something cool. And I got another Supergirl, but this one is done by the Supergirl from the 90s. But I did get a Zatanna. Really enjoyed that. If Comics and Pops, if Alonzo stops by, I got something to compete with your Frank Cho. What do you think about that? So she signed all of them, and I was very grateful for that. But again, let's get to some of the books. So I got a lot of books, but I will try and burn through them as quickly as I can because one of them is going to be like a 2-3 minute explanation. So, this is the pile of stuff that I was going to get signed but couldn't. So, here we go. Here's something. Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo were there. And you had to buy this book, Last Night on Earth. I believe this is number 1. This is the Greg Capullo variant. You buy one of these, you get a ticket, so that way you can get a free book signed. I went with Lewis, Shadow Rabbit, and he had one. He gave me his because he didn't have anything to get signed. So I got this, which is raw and unsigned, and I ended up getting a couple of books signed. And I apologize that I am not as organized as I should be. This is what happens when you do a late show. And okay, I had some stuff signed by him. I also went by Stephanie Phillips and I picked this up. This is the second print of Future State Harley Quinn, issue 1. And I just like these covers. They're kind of designer covers, but like, I saw it was $10 and she signs it for free. So I said, I kind of got to have that. And I did. So we got that goodness. And let's see what this bag has in it. So I don't want to show this stuff yet. I don't want to show that yet because I'll transition over to that. But I got a couple stuff signed. Here we go. All right. This is what happens when you buy a bunch of stuff. Like a bunch of stuff. You buy way too much stuff. Okay. That is the finale. Okay, so Dark Knight's Metal number 1. Scott Snyder already signed it. I had Greg Capullo sign it. Both of them in nice, pretty silver ink. Very cool there. I have Batman Zero, signed by both Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. Right over there. And it was really cool because Dark Knight's Death Metal, issue number 7, double signed. Again, I find it cool. They signed above like each Wonder Woman. I thought that was pretty cool. And we have this is going to a coworker, so don't tell him. Uncanny, what is up? And Lasso, what is going on? And we got Sheena. Look at this. We got a couple people that joined last minute. This is going to a coworker. So this is Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo signing that other book. It's going to a coworker, Oscar. Don't tell him I got it for him. He doesn't know yet. He's going to freaking go mad. So, also had this. Nocterra number 6. Signed by Scott Snyder. I now have 1 through 6 signed by Scott with this book because he goes to my shop, and I know you guys know about that, so you already know what's going on there. And that is, I believe, all from Scott and Greg. So, funny story. When I went there, I saw Scott, I saw Greg there, and Scott was, his head was down. He was like, okay, very serious. Excuse me, very serious stuff. And he was on autopilot, saying hi to everybody, all this. And I go up to him. I'm like, Scott, what's going on, man? Great to see you. So glad you could make it. And anybody who's met me knows I'm a little bit of a boisterous individual. So the fact that I was so casual with him messed with his head because he looked up, he went, huh? He's like, He's like, who are you? He saw me. He goes, hey, man, how are you? Great to see you. Glad you can make it. And they have this shield, and they're really, the constaff was like really serious about like touching them. You can't touch them. You can't have your mask down. And what does Scott do? He goes around and he goes like this. Give me a nice little pound. I was like, yeah, that's what's up. Very excited about that. I also went by Frank Cho's booth and got Fight Girls 1 through 3, signed by Mr. Cho. Very cool. Really enjoying this series. I don't have any of Frank Cho's other art because A, his stuff's too expensive, and B, his store exclusives, far too expensive for me because I'm quite cheap. And I went by, speaking of Scott, James Tynion was also there. And I got a couple books that Tynion wrote. We have Dark Days, The Casting, signed by Scott and by Tynion. Scott is all the way up here. Tynion is over here. I had him sign that one for me. And Dark Days of the Forge, signed by them as well. We got Tynion, and then we got Scott right over there. So they signed a whole bunch of my stuff. And I also went by the I went by the Sanctum Sanctorum booth. And hey, something Wong. You know something's right when something Wong's here. And Forge. What is going on, Diaz, sir? So I went by Sanctum Sanctorum and I saw a book I wanted. And I was with Lewis. Lewis saw a book he wanted. So I'm like, okay, I'll pay for it. That's fine. It's buy two, get one free. He got a Department of Truth, I believe. And what did I see? Patriotica #1 with the nice Supergirl Legion of Superheroes homage. What's going on, Joker? How are you? So I saw this, and you know me. I had to get this. And the free book I got is also an homage to another book that I own. So I also own the whole Power Girl series. So I got the exclusive as well. #1 with the homage right over there. So I got those two. And then I'm a big fan of Absolute Comics Group. They are a super indie publisher. You'll never hear of them. But I love their stuff. Their White Widow book. I got into them through that book. Really enjoy it. It's got great cover art. Fantastic. The writing is really good. And the interior art is great as well. Absolutely fantastic. So I went by the Absolute Comics Group table. And yes. And you know what? The cover. That's the cover for the last cover for Power Girl. She looks the exact same way. So if you're interested. Oh, Captain Comics. What is going on, dear sir? How are you? Great to see you. So I went by the Absolute Comics Group, and I met Benny, who is the writer to White Widow and another book called I Make Boys Cry. His name is Benny Powell. And he was manning the booth. And, we got to talking. We were doing a lot of stuff there, And the creator of White Widow was also there, Jamie Tydell. He's also a fantastic artist. Absolutely wonderful. So I got a whole bunch of stuff from him. So from the White Widow books and from Absolute Comics Group, and the best part is Benny signed all my books that I brought for free. So saving money there. I got the New York Comic Con exclusive, which is a geisha cover. And Benny signed right there for me. And this is the I Make Boys Cry exclusive where Benny signed right here. This is a wraparound Sailor Moon homage. And I've never seen a Sailor Moon homage really. So I was like, okay. I'm like, all right, why not? What is going on, sir? How are you? So I got that. I got a bunch of other stuff too. But I also brought a bunch of my books. So some of these are going to be my books. Some of these are going to be books that I purchased. This was a book that I had. I had this signed by... This was signed by Benny. Also by Jamie and Mike DeBalfo, who did this cover. He was there. So this is triple signed. We have one here. We have one here. And we also have another signature right here. It's in red. You can't really see it. You might be able to see it there. But I had him sign that. And this is a cover that Jamie Tydell did. He is a fantastically freaking talented artist. He does a lot of cool stuff. So they double signed that for me. And I'm going to leave these for a few minutes because I got some more stuff here. And here we go. Another one. Double signed. I don't remember whether I had this one or not. I ended up buying like a whole bunch of like mystery boxes from them a while back. This is a really cool cover. Nice little Sketchup cover right there. Double signed by Jamie and Benny. Right over there, you're going to see a theme because I went to their booth and got a whole bunch of stuff. Jamie did charge, but it was like $5 a signature after the first 5, so I was like, okay, I'll take it. Ivan, I know you're probably loving a lot of these books, knowing your taste. And right over here, got another one signed right there. This is a cool cover. This one came from a mystery box. And I got 2 copies of these, both signed by Benny and Jamie. It's a dark cover. You can't really see it. He signed it in black here, and then he signed it in, and then Benny signed it in dark red over there. We got number 6, signed by them again. I had a lot of stuff signed by them. But, okay. So I bought 2 mystery boxes when I was at the booth. Yeah, Jamie does kill it. He fantastic job. But you'll see some really cool stuff. So, I ended up buying 2 mystery boxes. They were both $100. One was a holiday mystery box. It was the last one they had. Another one was a mystery box that had... no, his wife... I don't think his wife was there. If she was, she didn't introduce herself. I'm not certain. But they had some line work. They just had the art and the inks. No sketch art. No coloring. So this is a cover for Dakin, which is one of their books. Right over here. I got that one signed. Very cool stuff. I had some of these signed by the artists, and I had one of them actually not even... one of them didn't even see the line art on a cover before. This is the first time they saw it. This is another one. This is an I Make Boys Cry book. Pretty cool. Hey, Real Rude. What's going on, dear sir? I saw you on Stanables earlier. And we've got this one. This is the guy. I totally forget his name. I apologize. Benny signed here, and he signed like a little itty-bitty signature right there. But he never saw this before, and he took a picture of it. Cool thing is, this is how it is on the book. And whoop, you flip it, that's the image. Very cool. Very talented. A lot of these people talented, you know. And they're not like Zenescope. They just don't have pretty covers. Like the interior is great, and the writing is really good too. So there's another one. And let me show you what the boxes look like. So these are legit. Came in this store folio. The store folio is like $20 by itself. So yeah, lucky number 8. One of my lucky numbers. I picked 8 of 30. And now Now I'm telling you right now, some of the books that are in here are not from the collection. Some of them are from mine. They just got all screwy. Another Jamie Tydell cover. Really like this one. Signed by him and Benny. I had a lot of them signed. The duplicate. Again, double signed. Anyone else jump on the NFT? Real quick, I wanted to, but I don't know if they released it. I checked the day of, they didn't, and I haven't checked since, but I will soon. Here we go, another dupe. Double signature, double signed. And so I got 2 full copies of the exclusive. So this is the other geisha cover. This is double signed too by Benny and Jamie. And here is the other cover of the I Make Boys Cry right over here, signed by both of them. Because Jamie created this too, and Benny writes it. So he had no problem signing it. Here's another good one. Boom. Thank you, Sheena. Thank you very, very much. I am very happy as well. This one, I love this cover. Really cool, glossy cover. Again, double signed by both of them. They had this one there. This one came from the box, I believe. Or maybe I bought it. No, I bought this one. Again, double signed. But it's lenticular, guys. And I'm a sucker for those 90s lenticular covers. This one came from the box. So I don't remember. Maybe this is a Sabine Rich cover. I don't remember. I really don't. I'm sorry. But New York 2019 exclusive for number 1. Because I believe in 2019, this was when this was announced. So Absolute always freaking hooks it up at New York Comic Con. And so you have a 1 in 3 chance with each of these boxes of getting a metal cover. A metal cover. Not metallic, metal. Pure metal. I picked box 8. And I got a metal. This is purely metal. And I had both Jamie and Benny sign this as well. Look at how gorgeous that cover is. And it's metal too. Let me put this next to the microphone so you can hear it. This is a solid metal plate. So you can buy like a metal plate. Separately, they put a metal plate on the cover. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, holy crap. How the hell did I win that? I was pretty freaking surprised. Oh, and another one that came out of this box. A Greg Horn cover. A Greg Horn Virgin variant cover. And Greg Horn was there. And he saw this. He's like, oh, I love doing this one. So Benny, Jamie, and Greg Horn, right over here, signed this for me. So I was pretty stoked about that. I was like, holy crap, I can't believe it. So how do they attach it? Glue. It's literally glued to like a blank cover, which is cool. And this is the Christmas box. This is the last one they had. Let me try and get the number. 28 out of 35. Did Greg do his double sig? He was charging. So $10 got you a regular one color. A double sig was $20. And the famous full Greg Horn signature was $40. I told him one color is good. His boy at the booth was trying to get me to do the other one. I said, no, I want it to match the rest of them. And the rest of them had, and the rest of them had just one. So I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. So he was a little disappointed, which is fine. He tried squeezing an extra $10. But hey, I said no. He's like, cool story. So that was that. And now, these are some of the rest of the stuff from the first box. So we have another Dakin cover. Again, just the art. Just the sketch art and the inks. Another gorgeous cover. This one was really cool too. I like that one. A lot of the covers were fantastic. We got this one. Another one. The artist wasn't there, but Benny signs everything. And then this one might be one of my favorites. Just cause, like, look at the talent on this. Look at the talent on this one. Absolutely gorgeous cover. Gorgeous cover. Now, in this, so this was the Christmas special, and I got the I Make Boys Cry #1. Each of these had a foil that were specific to the box. Only 35 made, metallic variant. So this was the Christmas special one. And with that, I'm not going to show all of them because it'll be a broken record, but they had what are called Sketchup Covers, which is a pretty much almost a blank cover, but not quite. And they've got all the different characters for it and their name. This is the remarker variant. And they all look like this, and they have a different character at the bottom. So Benny signed that for me as well. So these are blank. I got a lot of them. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I got 7, one for each character in the I Make Boys Cry book. 7. I got all of them. So I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Now, when I stopped by Jamie Tydell's booth, he had some cool stuff. He had some very cool stuff. He had cards, little cards, kind of like, like 5x7 photo cards. And I saw this on the top of it. And I flipped it over. I'm like, this is a gorgeous piece of art. Gorgeous. So I got it. And I didn't realize it was the DC cover. So we had Supergirl. Now we have Poison Ivy. Wonder Woman. Harley Quinn. Another Poison Ivy. Punchline. I know Real Root's going to love this one. Catwoman. J2. And then all 3. Harley, Catwoman, and Poison Ivy. And then again, all 3 of them together. Cool Harley Quinn there. And, whoop, that's the blank. Haha. And that's it. We're back to where we were. So I saw this. I was like, you know what? The cards were like super cheap. I don't know. I think they were maybe like $5 or $10. I said, hey, can't go wrong. Why not? So, little itty bitty bit of cards there. And when I stopped by, I also had to get this. I got the metal version of the Supergirl signed by Jamie. Again, another gorgeous piece of art. Now, what I failed to mention about this box right here is that guess what? You have a chance of winning a metal cover again. And Benny was like really hinting. He's like, I think there's a metal in there. And Lewis was like, are you sure? He goes, I'm pretty certain. He was right. I'm 2 for 2. I got another metal. And this is a Jamie Tydell cover. Signed again. Right over here, going up. You can't really see it because he signed it in black. You might be able to see it there. And then Benny signed right there. Now, last thing I got. This thing that I got is not something I would pick up myself. It's not my flavor. But when I heard the story, and I thank Lewis again, Shadow Rabbit, big shout out to this guy. Go buy a scratch off now. I'm not going to because my luck ran out with this. So, they had a Kickstarter earlier this year for I Make Boys Cry #2 and Resilient #1. This was, as it says, fully funded in 50 minutes. Now, some pretty wicked tears. Now, I want you to pay attention to level 24. 24 gives you a lot of stuff. And it's very expensive. Very expensive. You get a bunch of metals, you get a bunch of metallics, and all that good stuff. So, to get into level 24 plus, this is what you needed to buy. You needed to pledge $500 or $1,200. Now, for this was a push reward for $50,000. So if Absolute got 50 grand for this campaign, it was going to unlock all the stuff you see going from here to here. Level 24 and up would have given you a new metal book that you couldn't get anywhere. You couldn't get only through this campaign. Well, guess what? They only hit this. They hit $31,417, which, don't get me wrong, is not a sneeze at all. This is a fantastic. The fact you crowdfunded, and this is like a super indie publisher. They had 568 people backed it. I was one of them. Did I get that tier? No, I did not. I got cover A for both of them. I got like the $20 tier. So they had this cover that was all sorted out. This was the cover. Very much a booty cover, but it had art from Jenna Powell and CC De La Cruz. This cover could only be unlocked if they hit the $50,000 mark and surpassed it. And only for people who bought, again, $500 or $1,200. Now, Lewis went to the booth, talked to the guy, and he saw something. He's like, how much? He didn't tell me how much he paid. But he got it for me. Now, this is not something I would buy myself. But speaking with Benny, this is the rarest comic that was at New York Comic Con, mass produced. The rarest cover, not a sketch cover, not a commission, a produced cover. This is the rarest cover at New York Comic Con. This was the rarest. I know there was some buzz about a book that had like, it was like, oh, it's got a little bit. It's got maybe like 150. No. This is the prototype that was meant for the campaign. You know how many they made of this? You know how many they made? What if I told you the number was around 3? Not 300, not 30. 3. There are only 3 to 5 maximum. The guy, he said it wouldn't even equal 5. Less than 5 of this cover exist in the entire world. Less than 5. And I got one. And guess what? Hear that? The cover's metal. This is a purely metal cover, if you couldn't tell by how it's shining. There are probably around 3 of these in existence, and I have one, which is insane. Absolutely insane. I can't even think about what the value to the cover would be. I can't even think about the value. But I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to get it signed. And when I meet up with the artists for this cover and get it signed, they're going to flip out. They're going to be like, how did you get one? And I'll tell them the story. And hopefully, they'll be like, oh, okay, that's a cool story. Why isn't the death metal metal? Because they didn't have it. If they did, I would have bought it. Which doesn't mean that I won't buy it. But yeah. Pretty cool stuff. Who'd have think that a schmuck like me would get probably the rarest cover at Comic-Con? You would have happily paid $250 for that. Knowing you, dear sir, I would not doubt it. And from what Benny said, as far as I know, the value of that is probably a little bit more, because he said that people were offering they were offering some serious money. Like serious money. They were offering like $400 and $500 for that, which is insane. But I haven't even told you guys the coolest part about all this. Yeah, I know it's like, oh, you're flexing. I get it. Yes, I did flex. But everybody does that when they do a whole video. So to end it off, I don't do things just for me. I do it for you guys too. So I am coming out with mystery boxes, very low cost mystery boxes. Come, mid to end October. Yes, but wait, there's more. Yes, there is. Coming out with low cost mystery boxes. They are going to be $35 shipped. Yeah, probably about that. When I get it signed, it's probably going to be, it'll be crazy. But I'm gonna keep that for now. So, and of course we get some yelling in the house. Apologize. But I have mystery boxes coming out. They're going to be $35 shipped. They will have 10 to 13 books in them. Some of these signed books that I just showed, guess what? I'm throwing them in the boxes. Some of the books that I got here that I showed you, they are going to be in the mystery boxes. So, for $35, you'll have a chance of getting, possibly, one of these signed books. And one of the books that I am not keeping, that is for the box, is that Batman Zero. So you guys will have a chance of winning a Batman Zero. I'm not going to be throwing in, unfortunately, I will not throw in any of the metal covers, the pure metal covers. Those I'm going to keep. I want to get those signed and maybe use them for something in the future. But some of the regular covers that I got signed, those will be in the mystery boxes. Which ones, I'm not going to tell you, because I don't know which ones I'm going to use. But I figured that would sweeten the pot a little bit, you know, because I like sharing. And if I make a mystery box, I got to have some good stuff in it, right? So be on the lookout for that little announcement when I say, hey, the mystery boxes are live. It'll have some stuff there. I will also have a grand prize. What the grand prize is, well, to be determined. But, again, some of the books that you folks just saw will be in the mystery boxes. Each box will contain some other goodies. I'm also going to have a run of books from the same series or mini-series. So, you know, you folks want to go ahead and do that. It gives you some reading material. So that way you have a storyline to read, or you've got most of a mini-series. You know, that way you can actually read your books. So, and I'll probably throw in a copy of the exclusives from New York Comic Con too. I'll throw, like, not both in one box, but one in each. So, again, thank you all for stopping by for my little haul video. And, oh, guess who's here? The cat. Now that all the books are off my lap, the cat decided to come on, so that's my cue. GP of a one-of-a-kind metal. No, sir. That's going to be signed. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, to be honest. I really don't. But once I get it signed, I'll figure it out. But until then, you got some cool stuff to look at. And on that note, I would like to thank you all for stopping by. Ah, yeah, Lon, you saw my post earlier. Thank you. Again, everybody, thanks for stopping by. I know it's been like 40 minutes, but hey, I had a lot of stuff to show. And on that note, I would like to thank you all for stopping by and hope you have a great evening. Peace.